Hello and welcome back. Today we are heading to Zvernec Island, if that pronunciation is right. I haven't been able to speak with any locals here to find out the proper pronunciation. That was kind of my game plan when visiting new places now, is to try talking to a local to see if I'm actually pronouncing the places I go to correctly or not. But anyway, so that's basically how I think it's pronounced. So this island is all over here. It's the home to St. Mary's Monastery, which was built in like the 14th or 15th century, they believe. So this whole area now is like a preserved, I don't know if you'd call it like a national wildlife refuge, or just a protected area here in Albania. It's a complete area. I mean, this whole area right here is like a marshland. It seems to be a home to a lot of birds. And the island itself isn't that big. So I'm gonna kind of spend my morning here just kind of walking around the island and seeing what it has to offer other than the monastery. I am looking forward to seeing the monastery, but all the information that I've seen so far, it's basically just kind of says the monastery and then some comments about how the hiking's beautiful. So we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to it today. It's a beautiful boardwalk here, a very picturesque area. So yeah, let's just go see what we can find today and do some exploring. Okay, I'm here. I saw and conquered the monastery. There is security right out front, and at first I was wondering why. And then once I started snapping pictures, I quickly found out why. So they don't want anybody doing any photo or video inside the monastery, which I completely respect. Unfortunately for this video, I'd like to get some shots inside because it's probably one of the oldest monasteries or churches that I've ever been into in my entire life. The architecture in there was, like I said earlier, 13th to 14th century. It was well designed. It just looks beautiful inside there with a lot of, you know, they kind of replicated it a little bit with the renovations, minor renovations. Really nothing in there is renovated except for they added an altar and things like that you can kind of tell that they're trying to show you what it might have been like during that time. So unfortunately I couldn't get any photo or video of that, and now I'm just kind of looking for hiking trails all around here. But nonetheless, I'm enjoying all the wildlife around here. Since I left the United States, when I like to do a lot of like bird photography and animal photography, I haven't seen too many exotic birds. But here it seems like there's a lot of egrets, a lot of swallows, ducks. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm having a good time just kind of taking everything in and enjoying the wildlife. It's a beautiful morning. So yeah, if you come here, it's, you know, something you could pretty much knock out in like an hour, maybe two, if you really want to spend more time here. But just take it all in. It's beautiful. If you like the wildlife, that's one reason to come here. And hopefully I can find a trail or something to walk around the island on and to show you more of it. But yeah, this is St. Mary's Cathedral, or St. Mary's Monastery. And it's one of the most impressive monasteries I've ever seen. So if you get a chance to visit the outskirts of Vlora, Albania, this is definitely one place you should check out, just for the history of it alone, especially if you're a Christian, or even if you're not a Christian. I could see, you know, people of all faiths or non-faiths just really enjoying the architecture and how old and historic this building is. And then not only that, like I said before, the wildlife here alone is just worth coming for. So hopefully this video doesn't have to end here. Hopefully I can find some trails to walk through, but if not, it's a beautiful place so far. All right, I'm just kind of walking the boardwalk here. They have a very long boardwalk going from the road or the parking area to where the monastery is on the island. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all there is to walk here. I was under the assumption you could walk the island, but apparently that's not the case. Everywhere I've went, it was blocked off, and this place is starting to swarm with tourists now, and everybody that I see coming here just basically walks across the water, goes to the monastery, and then comes back. So I'm not sure there is much more to see here. Maybe it's because of COVID that things are shut down, but yeah, there's no hiking trails or anything around here. But don't let that deter you, because it's still a beautiful area. You have all these multiple islands you can see over here. And like I said, the wildlife is pretty big. I tried getting some shots of some birds, but the GoPro just has a really wide angle lens. I can't really focus in on something, and these birds don't let you get too close. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful place to come. The water is crystal clear, and like I said, the monastery is something definitely worth checking out, and just kind of hanging out on the boardwalk here is worth something to do. The drive here, or the bike ride here rather, from Vlora, or I'm sure if you were to drive, that's something in itself, because it's just kind of pine trees that overhang the road, plenty of shade, and it's just beautiful scenery driving in here. It kind of reminded me of the northern part of Wisconsin, where I'm from. Just kind of forests and pine trees, and I didn't see many wild animals, but the bike ride from Vlora to here was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it was a nice adventurous morning. It's a beautiful monastery. The boardwalk itself is pretty cool, just to kind of walk around. A lot of people kind of taking pictures out here, and like I said, the wildlife. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you too much wildlife on the B-roll, because like I said, I have the wide angle lens. But if you were to come here and to visit, that's definitely something that you should know that you're going to see, is a lot of wildlife, birds specifically, a beautiful monastery, beautiful scenery, and that's definitely the reason to come here. So I hope you enjoy the vlog today. I thought we would go on a little bit of more of a nature walk, but it is what it is. That's what adventure is all about. So thanks for joining me once again today. I really appreciate it, as always. Yeah, continue exploring Vlora with me, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya. Egrets. I tried to promise wildlife, and there is wildlife here, I promise. Those are egrets. They're too far away for me to see. As you can see, this is the monastery is over here with the boardwalk. So I traveled all the way down here. I biked along this area to get in, and that's where all the wildlife is hanging out. When I first got here, I was the only one here, so I think the birds were kind of tame when nobody else was around. Now the parking lot is full, so I think the birds kind of congregated all to this area of the marsh. Nonetheless, at least I still get to see them. I have my little camera on me, but it's definitely not enough to reach those. But yes, there is wildlife here. If you get here early enough, you're gonna see some birds. Like I said, there's other different types of birds here, but it's the first time I've seen egrets here in Albania, so I was kind of excited for that. It's the little things, you know. So now I get this bike ride home, and that should do it. I'm kind of seeing some cool wildlife here